India, a land of myths, empires, and enduring legacies, is a treasure trove of history carved in stone, whispered through fort walls, and echoed across centuries-old monuments. Each corner of this diverse country holds a story, a remnant of ancient civilizations or glorious dynasties that once shaped the world. From awe-inspiring palaces and towering forts to sacred temples and forgotten ruins, India is a living museum where every step takes you deeper into the past. Its landscapes are marked not just by nature, but by time itself, the grandeur of the Mughal courts, the might of Rajput warriors, the precision of Dravidian temple architecture, and the vision of empires long faded but never forgotten. Wander through sun-soaked courtyards, shadowed sanctuaries, and silent corridors that once echoed with royal footsteps, chants, and conquests. But India's historical places aren't merely silent relics. They are alive with memory, culture, and emotion. They continue to inspire devotion, curiosity, and awe in millions who visit them every year, each monument offering a unique lens into India's soul. So pack your curiosity and let's explore the top 10 historical places in India every traveler must visit, where time stands still and history comes alive. Taj Mahal, Agra. No list of historical wonders is complete without the Taj Mahal, the eternal symbol of love and loss. Built by Emperor Shah Jahan in memory of his beloved wife Mumtaz Mahal, this white marble mausoleum stands as a masterpiece of Mughal architecture and emotion. By sunrise, it glows soft pink. By dusk, it turns gold. Walk through the grand archway, and you're greeted by perfectly symmetrical gardens, a serene reflecting pool, and the delicate domes and minarets of one of the seven wonders of the modern world. Every tile and inlay whispers poetry, carved from love and refined with Persian, Islamic, and Indian influences, a timeless tribute that has mesmerized millions. The craftsmanship is astonishing. Every tile and inlay whispers poetry, verses of the Quran, floral motifs, and intricate geometric patterns carved from love and refined with Persian, Islamic, and Indian influences. The delicate pietra dura work, where semi-precious stones are inlaid into the marble, brings flowers to life, as if blooming for eternity. Hampi, Karnataka. Scattered across the rocky plains of Karnataka lie the ancient ruins of Hampi, once the glorious capital of the Vijayanagara Empire. What remains is a surreal landscape of colossal temples, stone bazaars, and giant monoliths that seem to rise from the earth itself. Wander through the Virupaksha temple, ride a coracle across the Tungabhadra River, or sit beneath the weathered pillars of the Vitala temple, famous for its stone chariot and musical columns. Hampi feels less like a destination and more like a forgotten kingdom, where mythology and history blend into every stone. Wander through the towering Gopuram of Virupaksha temple, still an active site of worship after more than a millennium. Cross the gentle Tungabhadra River on a traditional coracle boat, where the waters reflect the orange hues of sunrise and the chants of temple bells echo across the valley. Marvel at the Vitala temple, home to the legendary stone chariot and musical pillars, each one tuned to a specific note when gently tapped, a testament to the precision of ancient craftsmanship. Jaipur's Amer Fort. Rajasthan perched high on a rugged hill above the Pink City, Amer Fort is a majestic blend of Rajput power and Mughal elegance. With walls stretching across the hills like a protective serpent, the fort is a labyrinth of courtyards, royal halls, and mirrored chambers. Step inside the Sheesh Mahal, where candlelight multiplies infinitely across thousands of tiny mirrors. Gaze out from balconies where queens once stood, and stroll elephant-flanked paths that echo with royal footsteps. Perched high on a rugged hill above the Pink City, Amer Fort is a majestic fusion of Rajput valor and Mughal refinement, a palace fortress that seems to grow out of the very stone beneath it. Built in the late 16th century by Raja Man Singh Thurs, and later expanded by successive rulers, the fort stands as a proud sentinel over Jaipur, its honey gold walls glowing in the desert sun like a scene from a forgotten epic. The zigzagging ramparts snake along the hills like a guardian dragon, while the entrance, the Suraj Pole, Sun Gate, leads into a world of royal indulgence and strategic brilliance. Inside, the fort unfolds in layers: grand courtyards, intricately painted gateways, frescoed corridors, and ornate halls that once housed kings, queens, warriors, and ministers. Step into the mesmerizing Sheesh Mahal, or Hall of Mirrors, where even a single flame could set the entire room sparkling like a sky full of stars. Marvel at the Diwani-am, where the Maharajas addressed their subjects beneath richly decorated arches. Khajuraho temples, Madhya Pradesh delicate, bold, mysterious. The Khajuraho temples are a UNESCO World Heritage Site and a timeless ode to the complexity of the human spirit, famed for their exquisite carvings that celebrate life in all its forms, sacred, sensual, and sublime. Built between the 10th and 12th centuries by the Chandela dynasty, this group of temples once numbered over 85, though around 25 survive today, each a stunning example of Nagara-style architecture. Arranged in distinct Hindu, Jain, and a few Buddhist shrines, the temples reflect the inclusive spiritual fabric of medieval India. Their sandstone walls seem to breathe with life, adorned with over 20,000 carvings that depict gods and goddesses in celestial dance, mythical beasts, warriors in battle, women in everyday rituals, and lovers locked in graceful embrace. These are not merely decorative elements. They form a visual scripture, a profound narrative of cosmic balance, divine union, and earthly desire. At the heart of this visual symphony is the understanding that spirituality and sensuality are not opposites, but intertwined aspects of existence. In temples like Kandariya Mahadev, one of the largest and most ornate, the rising towers and tiered sculptures symbolize an ascent, from base human emotion to divine consciousness. Red Fort, Delhi, a crimson sentinel in the heart of the capital, the Red Fort has witnessed the rise and fall of empires and the dawn of Indian independence. Built by Shah Jahan in 1648, its massive red sandstone walls enclose a universe of Mughal splendor. From the Diwani-am to the Rang Mahal, each chamber echoes with the footsteps of emperors and the whispers of rebellion. Every Independence Day, the Prime Minister raises the tricolor flag from its iconic ramparts, linking modern India to its imperial past. Wander through the Diwani-am, where emperors once sat beneath a marble throne inlaid with precious stones to hear the grievances of their people. Then step into the Rang Mahal, the Palace of Colors, with its mirrored ceiling and flowing water channels that once cooled and calmed the royal Zenana. But the Red Fort is not just about opulence. It has also borne the weight of revolution. In 1857, it became the stronghold of the Indian Rebellion against British rule. Decades later, on August 15, 1947, it was from its ramparts that Jawaharlal Nehru delivered India's first speech as a free nation. Konark Sun Temple, Odisha, a cosmic chariot carved in stone. The Konark Sun Temple is an architectural marvel dedicated to Surya, the sun god. Shaped like a giant chariot drawn by 7 horses and 24 intricately sculpted wheels, it was built in the 13th century by King Narasimhadeva I. The temple walls are adorned with sculptures that depict scenes of daily life, divine beings, and celestial musicians, each telling a story in motionless rhythm. Though partially in ruins, Konark still radiates a power that transcends time, an ode to both science and spirituality. The temple walls are alive with sculptural narratives, thousands of carvings that depict scenes from courtly life, devotional rituals, flora and fauna, mythical beasts, dancers in fluid movement, and celestial beings caught mid-celebration. The erotic motifs, often misunderstood, are deeply symbolic, expressions of life's energies and the tantric traditions that celebrate the union of the physical and the divine. Though the main sanctum has collapsed over time and the deity long since vanished, Konark still radiates a mystic power, as if the very stones remember their divine purpose. The surviving structure, particularly the audience hall, Jagamohana, continues to mesmerize with its grandeur and detail. Fatehpur Sikri, Uttar Pradesh. Once the Mughal capital for a brief yet brilliant decade, Fatehpur Sikri is a ghost city of red sandstone, grand in scale, yet eerily silent. Commissioned by Emperor Akbar in 1571, it was abandoned due to water scarcity, leaving behind a perfectly preserved vision of royal ambition. Wander through the Buland Darwaza, the tallest gateway in the world, and marvel at the Jama Masjid, Taj Mahal, and Diwani Khas, where Akbar held philosophical debates. It's a city frozen in aspiration, where architecture tells of an emperor's dream and destiny's design. Within the complex lies the Jama Masjid, one of the largest mosques in India, and the serene white marble tomb of Salim Chishti, where devotees still tie threads of hope. Explore the Taj Mahal, a 5-tiered pavilion designed for the royal women to enjoy music and breeze-filled evenings. Stand inside the Diwani Khas, a chamber with a singular stone pillar where Akbar held interfaith dialogues with scholars from Hinduism, Islam, Christianity, Jainism, and Zoroastrianism, a rare symbol of intellectual openness for its era. Chola temples, Tamil Nadu. The great living Chola temples, including Brihadiswarar Temple in Thanjavur, are monumental symbols of South Indian artistry and devotion. Built over 1,000 years ago by the mighty Chola dynasty, these temples remain centers of worship, culture, and heritage. Towering gopurams, majestic Nandi sculptures, and walls adorned with epic tales form a sacred geometry that continues to inspire awe. Still active, still vibrant, these temples are not just relics. They are living testaments to spiritual endurance and architectural brilliance. The Brihadiswarar Temple, commissioned by Raja Chola I in the 11th century, is a marvel in every sense. Its towering Vimana, temple tower, rises nearly 66 meters, 216 feet, making it one of the tallest in the world, an engineering feat carved from solid granite with no modern machinery. Crowned by a single 80-ton stone cap, it speaks volumes of the Chola's mastery over construction, geometry, and scale. Every inch of the temple complex is a canvas, walls etched with detailed inscriptions, rhythmic carvings of mythological scenes, and depictions of Shiva in his many cosmic forms. The enormous statue of Nandi, Shiva's bull, carved from a single block of stone, sits guard at the entrance, embodying strength and serenity. Gateway of India. Mumbai standing proudly on the shores of the Arabian Sea, the Gateway of India is both a ceremonial arch and a historical witness. Built during British rule to commemorate the 1911 visit of King George V and Queen Mary, it later served as the symbolic exit of the last British troops in 1945-1948. Today, it's a beloved landmark surrounded by ferries, street vendors, and city life. A place where colonial echoes meet modern India in one timeless frame. Yet history had other plans. In 1948, just a year after India gained independence, the last British troops ceremoniously exited through this very arch, marking the symbolic end of British rule. What began as a monument of imperial pride had by poetic justice become the backdrop to a nation's liberation. Mehrangarh Fort, Jodhpur. Rising from a rocky cliff above the blue city of Jodhpur, Mehrangarh Fort is a fortress of legends. Massive gates, cannon-scarred walls, and intricate palaces like Phul Mahal and Moti Mahal speak of Rajput pride and martial glory. From the battlements, you can gaze over the indigo-painted houses below, a sea of blue beneath the blazing Rajasthani sun. It's one of the largest forts in India, but it's also a museum, a storyteller, and a guardian of Marwar's soul. Mehrangarh is not just a fortress, It is a living chronicle of Marwar's soul. Its museum houses a remarkable collection of royal palanquins, weapons, costumes, miniature paintings, and artifacts that offer intimate glimpses into a regal past. Traditional music often floats through its courtyards, adding a haunting charm to the historical ambiance. From the battlements, the view is surreal, a sweeping panorama of Jodhpur's sea of indigo-painted houses, meant to keep the interiors cool and signify Brahmin homes. The landscape below glows under the fierce Rajasthani sun, while the fort's towering presence casts long shadows of stories yet to be told. Mehrangarh Fort is not just one of the largest and best-preserved forts in India. It is a storyteller in stone, a silent guardian of Rajputana honor, and a powerful reminder of the endurance of heritage amid the winds of time. India's historical treasures are more than just tourist stops. They are gateways to understanding a civilization that has endured, evolved, and inspired for millennia. Whether you're a history buff, a spiritual seeker, or a curious traveler, these places offer not just stories, but an unforgettable experience of India's soul. Which one is on your travel list? Or have you walked through any of these wonders already? Let us know. And until next time, travel through time with open eyes and an open heart. So which one is calling to you? Is it the timeless love of the Taj Mahal, the sacred geometry of the Chola temples, or the royal echoes of Mehrangarh Fort? Or have you already walked through any of these wonders, felt the cool marble under your feet, or watched the sun set behind ancient spires?